Hey guys, we here with some PS5 updates. I thought I would take the initiative to show you guys my wonderful water pipe. Now it's acrylic, and it's certainly going to be a good time to pack some herbal in it and smoke that. So let's just uh, let's just blow it out so it doesn't cause any ash to be smoked, basically secondhand. There you go. All blown out. Let's load this thing up with some tobacco and weed. I'll take a raw hit. Take a raw hit. Get a little bit of this. Yeah. A little bit of that. A little bit of tobacco. Now I know this seems bad to you guys, but it's just a matter of common habit. And hey, why not do what the Mayans did? Smoke. So, basically we're looking at a PS5 update today. And I thought I would talk about some of the games I've been playing. I just played some Call of Duty Vanguard on my PS5. Played some zombies, streamed it on Twitch, which I'll make some adjustments to make sure we've got some good Twitch VODs available for you guys to enjoy. I've cancelled out my microphone and camera for the streams because it seems that no matter what I do, the streams won't catch my microphone audio, and the camera I'd have to buy a special PlayStation camera, HD camera, just to stream on there with video, and it doesn't seem to hit the right mark for me, so I thought I would rather just keep my PS5 as it is and stream video directly to the broadcast without any complications, right? So let's get a lighter and let's spark this up, take a raw hit, see how we feel. Woo! That was good, and it hit. It's good to smoke a little weed sometimes, you know? So, that's that. Let's get straight into the video and make sure it all makes sense. So, I've gotten into the habit of watching some videos on YouTube, checking out what's available on there, and I found a new lifestyle choice, a new way to live financially to make myself happier and more satisfied, more content with just a constant stream of, say, frugality, right? So we're looking at being frugal. So if I wasn't frugal, I wouldn't be able to buy a PS5. I bought the PS5, it was affordable, and it's a lot of fun. The only thing I think I know about frugality that I didn't know before was that you don't buy things you don't need, and you minimize your expenses to buy high quality things for the lowest possible price. And in turn, you might save $2, you might save $10, you might save $20, you might save $100. Like I saved $100 on my PS5. But every week and every month and over time, that all adds up, and you end up with more money in the long term. So why not stick to frugality? I'm living a frugal life, and I prefer living a frugal life, being frugal. It doesn't have to mean food stamps. It just means you pay your rent, you shop on a fair budget that minimizes your expenses and costs. You don't buy useless crap you don't need, like ordering Uber Eats, going out to eat $20 meals, $30 meals that make no sense. You don't buy useless crap you don't need, like DLCs on Steam you wouldn't need, or games that you'll never play, games that don't actually render as useful to you. What I've done for a frugal approach is, instead of buying a bunch of games on PS5, is I had the games I already had, but I've also taken the initiative to spend $2 to $3 more as a small investment in order to up my game in terms of what kind of PS Plus subscription I have. Right? So I have PS Plus Deluxe on my PS5. There are so many games I can just download and play whenever I feel like, without having to spend 60, 100, 120, 140 multiple times during the month. That's how much money I save by being on PS Plus Deluxe. Now, a fair assumption would be that PS Plus had its prices raised, and it's considered unfair and too expensive. But if you look at what content they actually have to offer, and you utilize all of the features like cloud storage, multiplayer, free games every month, the games catalog, the classics catalog, I can play old PS2 games on my PS5, and they look great, and they really are good classics to play. Overall, you get a lot of content for $27.95 a month. So it's my first month on PS Plus Deluxe. Here in the Oceanic region, we do not call it PS Plus Premium, we call it PS Plus Deluxe. Then there's PS Plus Extra, which is a step down, and then there's PS Plus Essentials, which is the entry-level subscription you would get if you just want to play multiplayer and get free games every month. But PS Plus Deluxe has so much to offer. You save so much money each month without having to spend additional ridiculous amounts and making yourself either financially struggle or making yourself financially broke. You really don't want to go broke, guys. I've never been broke in a day in my life due to a wise choice I made in my head that you don't need to just stop making money and not be able to afford anything anymore. The point is to keep your stream of income going. Even if you are like me and you are considered low income, living frugally, frugal living, but also somewhat poor but able to afford things. I'm not in the slums by any means necessary, as the slums exist and money doesn't exist to them. But, someone who believes in the social welfare system and is on welfare for mental health reasons, of course, is the schizophrenia I had. I am able to be issued a medical certificate for the rest of my life. Every year, maybe every 2 years, it's just easy. And I am able to manage my own time, manage my own things and my own forms of work while having rent paid easily, $200 a week, and having enough money to live comfortably and buy the things that I want, rather than the things that you think that you need. People think they need Subway 3 times a day. People think they need to buy tailor-made cigarettes instead of rolling tobacco. People think they need to spend $50 on a bottle of e-liquid rather than $25 for a bottle so big that will last you 2 to 3 weeks rather than a week. And what you pay for is essentially not the brand, but you've paid for what they advertise as a more expensive flavor. So minimize your costs, and you will in turn see that your PS5 life and lifestyle doesn't end up so bad if you choose to live frugally like me. I've minimized and believe strongly in minimalism, and I did for a long time. I couldn't absolutely live by it because I was constantly hoarding things and buying new things, causing me to be in an abundance of stacking items and money values to the point where you think, no, enough is enough. I know this is temporary, but I choose to live frugally. So we've gotten rid of all of the crap that we don't need. We've sold all consoles I don't use, laptop, controllers, anything that I don't use for my gaming life and my frugal lifestyle. I've sold off and used to pay any mild debts that I had, any bills that I had that needed to be covered. And now what we've ended up with is a very simple living room setup with a sofa chair, 2 consoles and a 4K TV, a dual screen PC setup with all of the streaming goods in mind, a streaming microphone, streaming camera, and you know, if you're a smoker or a vapor, make sure you always leave enough money to smoke or vape. Now, I know smoking is very serious for some people. They really do need to smoke. So I would recommend you take the frugal approach. In today's time and era, we're looking at post-depression, post-recession type situations, even after COVID-19. What you can do is you can save money by buying rolling tobacco, and you save a lot of money. It makes you able to afford to smoke and smoke comfortably. It's either that or you don't spend $60 to $80 on a 60 milliliter bottle of e-liquid. You can just spend $25 on a 100 milliliter bottle of e-liquid that tastes a lot better, has a better, simpler flavor, and it's just better overall. So that's what I would recommend. Now, in terms of what games I've got installing on my PS5, it's Grand Theft Auto 5, Horizon Forbidden West, and I had Call of Duty Vanguard installed, which I played, which is probably the best legacy game to me. I know there are a lot of legacy games, and then you've got games like Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, which are kind of like expansion add-ons to Warzone, and they're not really a standalone game, even though they somewhat market it as a standalone product. It's not really a full game like you would get with the legacy games. Now, the most recent legacy game we've had is Call of Duty Vanguard, and that's why I play that. It's got a very nice player base, plenty of people playing it. I can get into a game of zombies easy peasy, and multiplayer is spectacular, and the campaign is just brilliant. The problem with Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 is they don't even have single player campaigns. A lot of people think that. That can be subjective. I would agree to disagree that you could possibly see some sort of single player experience out of those two games, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. But when you look at Call of Duty Vanguard, you're looking at a very solid, full game with a solid, full single player, multiplayer, and zombies experience. So, is it worth the investment to get Call of Duty Vanguard or a similar legacy game? I would say no Call of Duty game is dead necessarily. You just have to be on the right platform and know how to find the games the way you want to find them. So it doesn't take too many complications. It's not as difficult as you think it is. It's just a matter of finding the platform you like. Now, for me, my platform was PS5, but I also have an Xbox One X, the classic Project Scorpio console, which I still use, and it serves as a media device, a media system, a media console. But it also plays lots of brilliant games. So when we're looking between the Xbox One X and the PS5, I've got a PS5. That's what I play most of the time. But sometimes I do need to get my Xbox fixed and play a little bit of Xbox One X, which is a brilliant console. It's unrivaled, unmatched. There's no console like it. But I love my PS5 on the other hand as well. So we're talking about what you can afford, guys. Reducing costs, not spending money on things you don't need. Uh, and if you choose to live a frugal life, you'll end up a lot happier, and you won't find yourself trying to seem rich like a lot of people do. They will spend ridiculous amounts of money once they get it on trips and fancy dinners and strange outings that really lead to nothing. And the only evidence they have is a few Instagram posts maybe, and they might seem rich, but that's what makes you broke, and that's what puts you in debt. So you got to take that seriously. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is, if you're lucky enough to choose to live a frugal life, now I will side note that there is a thrifting culture in the frugal living scenario. It means you don't spend $2,000 on a jacket when I can get a designer jacket from a thrift store for like $50 to $100. You know what I mean? And you're getting something that's already been picked out, aged, washed out, and basically solidified in the fashion era of what's relevant, not just buying the newest things to seem richer. Now, people don't want to seem like they have more money. They want to seem like they're richer with their personalities. And that really is just greedy. It leads to greed. It leads to gluttony. And there's just no point. So, shout out to all the people watching. This was my PS5 update and a little bit on how to live frugally and save money and reduce costs while playing PS5. Now, you don't need to have an Xbox to back yourself up with the PS5, but for me it's an essential option. I like my Xbox One X, but I love my PS5. So, it's good to have both. It's not really a case of the best of both worlds. They're not really even worlds to begin with. They're simply consoles designed for user input and designed for the user to use to do things, watch videos, play video games, and stream. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. We had a really nice morning today, guys. Shout out to all the PS5 owners. Shout out to all the Xbox One X owners. You can't go wrong. Peace out, guys. Have fun and stay safe. And please, by all means, every morning drink coffee. Please do not forget the coffee.